Hey guys, it's Ferdy. Let's get straight into it. How I pack for a 40-mile, that's about 64 kilometers route march through arduous terrain. And to be precise, I'll be doing a solo self-nav 40-miler known as the long drag in the Brecon Beacons in the days ahead. I will be completely self-supported, so that includes carrying my own water and obviously anything else I'll need. If you're wondering what the long drag is, this will be a companion video to another video which explains that all, so I won't go into that now, other than to say it's been designed for its arduous nature. It's lots of elevation, lots of different terrain, and it being in the Brecon Beacons, it means you can get 4 seasons in the space of a couple of hours. So let's get straight into it. Using the Crossfire MKVII, there is another video on my channel, so the link I'll post here, which gives you a general review of this pack. The load-bearing march I'm doing in the days ahead is a recce, so I'm going to take my time. I've actually brought my tent and I'm going to be doing an overnight to recce to prepare for doing it as a race in an event that's coming up in September. I'll be taking part in the TSFE endurance route march self-nav option. The one time I did it before, I was part of the guided group. All right, working my way from top to bottom. Sunglasses, raincoat, obviously anything that's up top is here because I want to get my hands on it quickly. Clearly if it starts raining, I want to be able to get to that quickly. Gloves, and that'll be hat and gloves. The hat will actually be on my head most of the time, but if it's not on my head, then it will be in here. Now, why gloves? It's not that cold. If I injure myself, I may need to be stationary for many hours, or even more than a day. Turn it around. This is a little waterproof bag. So what's in here? 2 hat lamps. I will be covering considerable distances in the dark. This is the petrol, that will be my go-to one. And then before I go to the backup, let me just show you, even for that petrol, I have 2 spare batteries for that one. Spare battery for my phone. And what's great about this one from Tech Charge, it comes with the plug built in, so that is just one less thing to worry about. Although, because I don't like having a single point of failure, I have actually bought a spare plug as well, just in case that one fails. But that just gives me the extra sort of charge and a half. And then backup, bog standard, cheap Energizer. If all else fails, I've got this this head torch. Obviously make sure that is in waterproof, although these head torches, they can withstand rain. There you go. And then what's great about the MK7, you've got a little padded compartment there, which is great for that. Right, walking poles speak for themselves. Last time I didn't use them, I've just got them there. You know, it's just good to know that if I do at some point need them, they're there. Food. That is part of a ration pack. Great thing about ration pack is you can eat it hot or cold. So if I've got, you know, the time and the opportunity, I will heat it. I have got a gas cook set with me, but if I don't, in whatever sort of emergency, I don't have to. And then there's more food here. Again, I've brought enough food to sustain myself for at least 3 days, because again, you never know if I might get injured on the route. So inside here, these are British Army ration packs, which I got from the Bug Out shop in Wales. But just what's great, it's already waterproof, the way that the Army packs it. And all of it will stay edible for a long time. I think it's quite tasty on the whole. And it's very calorific to just ensure you've got enough fuel. And let's go into the pack. Oh, actually the front, got here a bit of water. Now I'll be carrying actually 7 litres of water. Okay, so this is just a bit of that. 7 litres spread over different containers. Again, especially with water, you don't want to introduce any single points of failure or even double points of failure. I've got 7 litre. I've got that divided over, I believe, 4 different containers. Again, if any of them fail, I'm not just dependent on that one. And then the ration packs do have purification tablets. Like if all else fails, I can refill just from whatever water I may find in nature and stick purification tabs in there. So this video is not about lightweight trekking. Actually, part of the challenge is that you have a minimum weight. At the end, I'll tell you how much this weighs, but it's nowhere near lightweight. But again, that is actually part of the challenge. You know, can you complete that unsupported march with a certain minimum weight requirement on your back? So I do want to make that really clear. I know there's a big sort of lightweight trekking brigade out there. You've got loads of YouTube videos to look at. This is not for you. This is about packing a Brecon backpack for a load-bearing route march event. So water containers. I love me a bit of Camelback, just because you've got the one hose. Here we go. That can easily plug into any of them, and you've not just got that one single point of failure. Big old gas flask. Again, that's a bit overpowered, but it's just the size I bought it in. Nice big jet boil. That means I'll boil water in here, which I can always reuse, and then I boil in the bag. So I've got the big one. It just makes it easier to do that boil in the bag. Obviously, first aid kit. Now in there, I've got some other bits. When nature calls, don't forget this. Okay, there's lots of other applications for, yeah, make sure you've got some cleansing wipes with you. Right, map of the area, the Brecon Beacons in this case. Now this will be kept in a waterproof cover with a compass and a little waterproof notepad. I always keep them together, but whatever happened in my last tab, I've misplaced it because I've been looking everywhere and I need to just have a look at the garage or whatever. Now, if I don't find it, which there's absolutely anyone who's an experienced hiker knows, there's always something that you either can't find or you've actually managed to lose it. And what I then do is I stop by a real world outdoor store on my way to the start point of my tab. You know, we all need to support the infrastructure of outdoor retailers that support us in our hobby. So if I can't find that cover and the Mills compass, then I will be buying that en route, just to make sure that that's waterproof. Obviously, I'm sure I won't need to tell most of the viewers here, you don't want to just rely on GPS or your phone or anything like that. In fact, the events that I do, each checkpoint, whoever's manning the checkpoint will ask me, where are you now? What route did you choose to get here? I will then be given my next grid reference and I will need to demonstrate to that person what route I am choosing, how long I think it will take, and to basically demonstrate that you are able to map read and navigate, which has the obvious benefit. It's a great skill to have. Which actually reminds me, 2 watches. One is the trusty Garmin, lovely. This is actually just a windy uppy. Again, it's that, don't want to introduce a single point of failure. Some people swear by these Casio mud guards, but this is actually even more robust because it's literally windy uppy. I do not need any type of electricity. For this one, Psycho, can't remember what I paid, but it was definitely under £200, and this will actually last me a lifetime. Right, this is waterproof. Spare set of clothes. Don't intend to do many wardrobe changes, but obviously for whatever reason, either there was an unexpected river crossing, or for whatever reason, I have got spare clothes. I've got layers, so fleece, a warm down jacket. I won't take it all out, but you get the idea. Extra layers and some emergency spare clothes in case you get completely wet through the weather or any other reason. Or in case your hike, of course, includes a river crossing. We're sort of getting there now. Tent, so I choose a routemarch, which is actually a shelter officially because it's single layer. It doesn't actually qualify to be called a tent. Yeah, it does the job for me. It's not too heavy. Then we go to the famous MK7 spare compartment, where I keep mat, sleeping bag, and that's probably it. Yeah, so that's it. I've got all my layers, my provisions, 7 liters of water, sleep system, stuff to cook with. Now I have weighed it before I took it all out, and it actually came to, so that's including water though, it came to about 46 pounds. Okay, now again, if I had been packing for lightweight, I could definitely get that down. What obviously doesn't help is carrying 7 liters worth of water, but it gives me that peace of mind. I'll obviously make sure that it's completely topped up before I put my very first step. The reality is I probably will find opportunities to refill if I need to, and I do have the purification tablets to do so. Good, I hope that was helpful. Again, there will be a companion video to this to talk specifically about what is the long drag, what is UKSF endurance, a link to TSFE Endurance, which is a great events company. I'm not sponsored by them in any way, but I'm very, very happy to recommend them. They've been a big part of my sort of fitness journey and really, and my love of the outdoors. And they do courses as well. So if it's my land nav skills, I obtained through them, but there's lots of other great providers all over the world, and certainly in Wales and the UK, where you can obtain those skills. I would absolutely recommend that. Right, if you've watched it this far through, first of all, thank you very much, and consider liking and subscribing. Now, I always say, see you in the hills. I really will see you in the hills because I'll be off in a few days. I will obviously be filming my recce. Yeah, next video will be about what is the long drag, and then the video after that will be about the actual recce, and then in September when I'm doing the actual load-bearing event with a view to finish and hopefully be competitive in that event as well. All right guys, see you in the hill.